Say, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
Subscribe and like below.
Subscribe and like below.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Let Me Ask You Something, the show where we talk all things sports. And yeah, we might miss every now and then, but shooters gonna shoot. Hey, so whether you're a diehard fan, a casual watcher, or just somebody who loves good entertainment, you came to the right place. Before we start, we just ask that you support, help our channel grow. So just make sure you please subscribe, like, tap in with us, and set those notifications for every episode. I'm your co-host T, and I got with me my partner Nick. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of complaining on your part. So, hey, let's get right into it then. So, since you brought it up, let's go ahead and recap the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. So, let me start by asking you this, bro. So, this is let me ask you something. So, was the Pistons the reason they won this series, or did the Magic choke?
That's a great question. So I wouldn't say so the Magic did choke in game 6. They definitely choked that away. There ain't no excuse for that. How you miss, 23 shots. I never seen 23 shots missed in a row. You
That's
could have
hard to
pulled a
see.
fan, bro. You could have pulled 23 fans from out of the stands and had them shoot 23 times in a row. At least I think one of them could have made one, bro.
Yeah.
You telling me these professionals couldn't make at least just 2 in between that? Like, come on, dog. All you needed was really 2. Think about it. You did end up losing by 11, but in that moment, you know what I'm saying? You just scored 2 in there. That's 4 points. At least give you some hope, some cushion, some something. No,
Yeah.
missing. Then you know how I go when the fans start to like, then it just
Intentionally. It
snowball.
was thinking of.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's snowball. So I would say they choked that game. But then them other games, the Pistons just won. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I can't just say like I can't just discredit the Pistons, like, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They went out there and got them games. They went on big runs in a couple of those games. And then in that last game, that was just BTA. We already knew. Like, I knew once that 23 shots missed and we lost that game 6, I already knew we was losing.
Yeah, it's gonna carry over.
Yeah, it wasn't no way we was winning that game 7. So yeah, dog, that junk hurt, boy. Like that junk hurt me, dog. But you know, I mean, I'm kind of used to it with them anyways. Like I was like 10 years old when 3-1 Tracy McGrady lost to the Pistons again. Literally, I watched that like live. So this is like a repeat, just 25 years later.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
whatever.
Yeah, man. So it was one of those series where it started out like the number 1 seed down 3-1, but to me, I really wasn't surprised. You know, the Detroit, those my boys, but you know, I had my reservations as far as are they gonna have enough offense to sustain a series. So that was for me as a fan, that was my number 1 question. So going into it, you know, K Cunningham, MVP caliber season. We know what he was gonna bring to the table, but who was gonna step up as the number 2, number 3 options? His main man during the regular season, Jalen Duren, he had a terrible series. We just got to call it what it is.
Gotcha.
Game 7, he stepped up big. Game 7, you know, he had 15 points, 15 rebounds. That's what we really expected from him throughout the series.
Yeah.
So that's really what let Detroit down in the beginning of this series. He didn't show up.
Yeah.
So if your second best player doesn't show up, you're not gonna win many games. So that was something that hurt them. And then just fast forward to the game 6. That was epic collapse, man, by your boys. Like 23 missed shots in a row. Like Detroit erased a 24-point deficit. Man, and you can just tell from just watching, like we as fans, I'm probably sure you feel like this too. Just watching, you felt the tension. Like you can feel the tension through the TV.
Yep.
And when you feel that, you know those players feel it. Because in the arena, man, the fans are all on top of them, like they feel it. And they get tight and they start, you know, coming up short them their shots. And it's just like, bro, I forgot who it was. And I just remember like looking at, I think it was Wendell Carter. Looking at him, and he just looking like, bro, like, is this really happening? Like, he had that look on his face, like, bro, is this really happening? And that carried over to game 7. Like, Detroit just snatched the momentum.
Yep.
Just snatched it away. And then you have it, like, and then in game 7, Paolo, he stepped up, you know, just like he did a couple years ago in Cleveland, game 7. He stepped up, did what he had to do, but nobody else showed up with him. Nobody came to the party.
Everybody else had it, exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like, man, Desmond Bain came up
That's
small.
yeah, right.
Like he came up small game 7, bro. He didn't even try to shoot. Like, bro, you a shooter. Shoot.
That's what we paying you for.
That's what you got paid for. Like, literally, that's what you got paid for. Like, you supposed to be that piece, that valuable piece that they felt like they were missing. That's why they paid you to be a buzz, bro.
Because
Just lay
nobody
the numbering.
can't shoot, really, on the whole team. Like, nobody can shoot. Like, and then something that disappointed me a lot was Suggs, man. Like, he couldn't make a shot to save his life. Like, at one, I think it was game 3 or game 2, 2 or 3. He was 1 of 13 from 3. Like, at one point, just 1 of 14 on the floor, period. During the series, I mean, he's shooting a lot of shots and he's hardly making any of them. It's just looking like just, I don't know, man. Like, I would so if he can't get his offensive game up, I wouldn't mind getting, seeing what other options are out there. I'll just say that. Because at
Yeah,
this point, you can't have all the people on your team not being able to shoot. Like Paolo, he had a hot game, but if you look at his statistics overall, historically, he's not a 3-point shooter. Franz, not a 3-point shooter. Suggs, not a 3-point shooter. Carter, not a 3-point shooter. You got one out there, and that's Bane. So if you got one 3-point shooter, well, what happened when they start doubling up on Paolo when he drive? Or what happened when they collapse when Franz drive? You kick it
yeah.
out to people who can't shoot. So it's just like literally just miss after miss after miss. That's how you be ending up with them 23 missed shots because none of them can't shoot nothing. Like so, this offseason, man, they got to either draft shooters, sign shooters, trade away non-shooters, get shooters around Paolo. It's easy to see him and Franz. They drive. So when they kick it out, they need to be able to have people who can make it. It's just simple, it's just simple basketball, in my opinion.
It
Like,
is, bro.
so,
And when you and when you think about it, so as Franz and Paolo together, do you think that you guys can win with them together, or do you think? Yeah,
if
if they had to choose, obviously, I feel like they're gonna choose Paolo. So do you think
yeah,
Franz,
yeah.
right? Do you think they can trade away Franz and get something back?
It just depends on what you would get back. That's the only thing. Like, if it's not equal
That's
or better, then don't even do it. I think they can win with them. It just has to be a perfectly constructed type of team. Like I said, okay, for instance, let's say your point guard is and I'm not trying to go overboard, not trying to build no two. Let's say it's somebody simple like Kobe White, right? Okay,
okay.
he can shoot the 3. Then you got Franz and Paolo who drive in a lot, right? Your other guard that you maybe kick it out to, like Tim Hardaway Jr. or Malik Beasley. And then you got Wendell Carter. Now look at the options. Okay. Now at least when they driving in, I could kick it back out to Bane, Kobe White, somebody else. Instead, when I'm looking out there, it's Suggs over there. Like, oh, I'm driving out and did a raw play. I got clapped. I'm about to pass it out. It's Tristan De Silva over there.
Oh,
Like,
it's yeah.
it's like, brother, every time I'm looking around, it ain't no who could consistently make that. And real quick, it's like when I'm looking at these stats, right? 3 stats that just show that they just cannot shoot, and it's always like this. Field goal percentage for Orlando, 39.7. Now, 40%, that ain't terrible, but
Could be better.
it could
Yeah.
be better, right? 3-point percentage, 32 33% from the 3. And then free throws, 71%. I mean, all shooting stats, pretty black. And I just think that's the only thing that's really missing, man. They just got to get a lot of shooting around them. And the last thing I will say, I don't never want to see nobody lose their job. And then, in sports, man, it's limited with us being coaches. So,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
This might be his last opportunity as a
You
head
know what I'm
coach.
saying, man? It's so
Unfortunately.
unfortunate, dog. Because look what happened to Mark Jackson. Look what happened to a lot of them, dog. They don't be giving, they going to hire Rick Adelman 4 times. They going to hire Mike D'Antoni 8 times. But
Yeah.
Mark Jackson, bro, you getting one shot, you out the door.
One shot.
You see what I'm
Your
saying?
boy Willie Green, that was in New
One shot
Orleans.
out the
He
door.
probably not gonna get another chance.
Monty Williams probably not going to never get another chance.
Bro, Monty Williams, come on, bro. He been to the finals, bro.
That's what I'm
When
saying.
he,
And we might need to do a topic. We might need to do a topic on this.
yeah,
NFL too.
real talk.
For real. But anyways, it might have just been time to go, with Mosley. And let's see what
4 years, 4 or 5
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah. I think he's been there Palo whole career. I think almost, if not.
You know.
So, it's probably about time for a new voice, new singer. So
Yeah. Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Detroit, they just, gave a bigger staff an extension.
okay, that's good. Right,
With it. So
that's good. That's good. That's good.
yeah, man,
So,
go ahead and lock him up for a little longer.
right. So let me turn it around and ask you. So first of all, I really, 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 really liked Cade already, but just seeing the series, bro, I like him even more. Because if you think about it, bro, it was like 1-on-5, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, I know going forward, what would you like to see? I mean, it's not like the season over; they still got a long way to play. But like,
Yeah.
just to improve the team, like, what would you like to see them do?
I would like to see another person that can like really handle,
Yeah,
the ball or playmate. I, man, you got Tobias. He's gonna be another year older next year.
mhm.
Balled out. By the way, Dan said. Shout out to Tobias. Like, I've been the somebody that's been on his case for a long time, bro. Cause like, in the past, man, he just hasn't showed up in the biggest moments, man. And we've seen it time and time again. But Game 7, he stepped up, did his thing. So I gotta salute Tobias, aka J. Cole, on that. Shout out to him.
My wife said that, and Desiree was like, "He look like J. Cole."
That's that's 20 right there. You know. But yeah, just get somebody else that can like I said, handle the ball, take the pressure off of Cade, in certain situations. So he doesn't feel like he has to, do it all on
Yeah.
his own. Duncan Robinson is there. He's a sniper. He's a spot-on shooter. So and you guys in the Duran. Hopefully, he builds off of this experience, this series, and hopefully he has a better series going forward. Because he definitely gonna have an advantage
Yeah,
over.
going forward. Yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, over Jerry Allen and Evan Mobley. I mean, strength wise.
yeah, and
I mean, he's a load down there. He's a load. So I say, so I mentioned Duncan Robinson, I mentioned Tobias Harris. And I'm trying to think of who else. My goodness, who's else on the starting five?
Asar.
Asar, yeah. Well, we talked about him in the other video. You say him and his brother, all they need to do is practice shooting this
Don't even
summer.
dribble.
That's it. No, nothing else.
Yeah.
So he get a jump shot. Like, he's a great defensive player. I believe he finished third in the defensive player of the year, MVP.
Mhm.
So we know defense, that's not an issue. But
Yeah.
offense, like to see him, maybe he can handle the ball a little more.
Yeah.
Try to play mate.
Right.
But they definitely need somebody who can take the pressure off the cage. So I would love to see somebody, for instance, somebody like Devin Booker. I don't know if Devin Booker can somehow land with the Pistons.
Mhm.
He's a Michigan native.
Yep.
A little homecoming back to Michigan.
Mhm.
I would love to see that. See if they can be able to pull that off somehow. I don't know exactly what pieces they have to give up. Maybe they would have to give up Durs.
Mhm.
I don't know, but somehow if they're able to make something like that happen, that would be my dream scenario to
Right.
see Devin Booker paired up with Cade Cunningham. I feel like that would be awesome, bro.
Yeah, that would be good. I think it would either probably have to be some expiring contracts. So I don't know how the length of the contracts are left, but if Tobias is on like expiring contract, he'll be one to give up. And then they're gonna have to give up one of them young pieces like Asar or Ron Holland. And then
Yeah.
yeah, so and that's what I'm saying too. Bro. Bro, you can get a book back. Automatic 25 dropped into your lineup, man. That take
Yeah.
it. But then just so before we wrap it up, man, I do want to shout out one thing. And I heard it on PTI today. So I'm gonna piggyback on them. So that ain't like ain't nothing I'm searching. But it was true.
Right.
And I was like, dang, bro, because we didn't talk about him that much. I mean, we talked about him, but not in this series. And it said like during the 2020, the playoffs, whatever, Franz Wagner served as a primary defender on Cade. And Cunningham shot just 5 for 17 when guarded by Wagner, 29%. Another report indicates Cunningham had 16 points on 6 of 24 shooting with 6 turnovers when matched against Franz. So like Franz, and I didn't even know that. I heard Tony them talking about it. I was like, really? I was like, Franz was definitely helping us out with the points. He was scoring like 19 a game. And so without him, that fell off. But I didn't know his defense on Cade was that good also. So
I didn't realize that either.
that was a big impact losing him. But it's still no excuses at all because, like I said, it was Cade versus Franz, Paolo, and Bane. So now, okay, Franz out. Now it's a Cade versus Bane and Paolo. So like you can't. I mean, that's a reason, but it ain't no excuse. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I got you.
Ain't no excuses for that, in my opinion. I don't care. So, but I just wanted to say that because I thought that was interesting. I was like, dang, like really? So
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
trust
damn.
me,
Like,
man, you said that I thought. Like,
some facts.
so, right. And then overall, man, just I was kind of hurt by it, but I mean, it is what it is. So we'll look forward to next season and see what we can do next year, man. That's all we can do.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man, Mosley, Coach Mosley bounce back on his feet, man. He gonna be an assistant somewhere next year, so
Yeah.
he good.
Yeah.
About that.
As long as he getting paid somewhere, hey, collect that money, dog.
Yeah, go ahead, make his millions.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, I'm done. You got anything else you want to say about it?
Oh, man, we can put a bow on that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And y'all on to the next round, dog. Good luck, man.
Yes, sir.
We'll holler.